Hello everybody, how you doing? This is Fahad, and this video is about how can we add the CSS in your HTML document. There are the three ways of inserting the style sheet. First one is external CSS, in which you create a external CSS file and then you add it. Second one is internal CSS, and the third one is inline CSS. So I will be inserting the CSS all of by these ways one by one. So first of all, we have to start with the external. Okay, so first of all, let me create another file. Paste it here. Alright, first of all, we have to insert the CSS by creating an external file. I have to create a new file. Okay, you have to remember here that extension of the CSS file is .css. So you have to create a CSS file in which you would be describing your styling. So in body, I would like to go color. That would be aqua color, and in paragraph, it would be black color. Heading I would like to add, so I have just created a CSS file and done some styling by using element selectors. I have created the file. Now I have to insert it into my HTML file. So how can you insert your CSS file into the HTML document? You have to use the head element, and in head element you have to use the link element, and then in the link element you have to provide the name of your CSS file, which is my style CSS. Alright, so let me just save it and run it on the live server. We're good here. In body, background color, okay, I have to give a color here which would be aqua color. Alright, so this is working now. Okay, so this is how you can add the external CSS into your HTML document by creating a CSS file. Then you have to add it into your HTML document by using the head element, and in head element you have to use the link element where you have to provide the name of your CSS file. So this is how you can add the external CSS. Okay, now I want to insert the CSS internally. Okay, so internal CSS. To do internal CSS, you have to create the style, and in style element you have to provide the CSS code or styling code for your element. So this would be the example of internal CSS. Body and paragraph would be, and in last I would like to add the heading h1. Alright, save it. Okay, so this is how you add the internal CSS. Okay, in last we have the inline CSS, and in inline CSS you have to provide CSS elements or the CSS properties within the element. So if I want to use any CSS property, so in inline CSS you have to provide the CSS values or CSS properties within the element. So for example, if I want to use something for the h1 heading here, so I have to use the style, and in style I have to provide the CSS properties. For example, I want to use font style, that would be italic, and color, that would be, I guess, yellow color. Alright, and in last font size, that would be, I'm going for the medium. This is how you do inline CSS. Okay, you can also do for the paragraph. For example, in paragraph I would love to have style font family. I would love to go with the Times New Roman, and font weight would be bold. I think we are good here. Okay, so this is how you do the inline CSS. Save this and you can have the styling of your CSS. So this is how you add the inline CSS, and this is all for this video. If you really find this useful, hit the like button and subscribe the channel, and bye bye.